Hey guys, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you how to get to coinbase.com and what to do once you get there to start compounding wealth or compounding money to create wealth. So as you can see, we have some Hannibal Buress from YouTube, some WorldStar, some Fiverr where I get most of my gigs done. But we're going to focus on Coinbase. So I just want to explain a little bit about these numbers because to me I'm a nerd for investing because in my mind once you start investing and you figure out interest rates and you figure out your time horizon and then you get a calculator to put it all together, which I'm also going to show you how to do. It's a very simple calculator. You literally just type in um, what's it called? Compound interest calculator on Google and you use the investor.gov one from the federal government and it'll show you what you're what you're gonna get after you put your fucking money in and you invest and you get the solid interest rates. So this is Bitcoin since last month came up about $5,000. So it's a 60% interest rate. Pretty wild. Here's another one. Ethereum, 60% interest rate. Another one. Litecoin, 90% interest rate. All right. So now let me show you why I'm so excited about these interest rates. Because if we go to compound interest calculator and we click on the second one, first off is the compound interest calculator, the amount of money that you will have available after an X amount of years and X amount in interest rates. So let's see, the amount of money that you have available to invest initially, I'll put my net worth, $500 and growing. Amount that you plan to contribute every month, $300. I've used this a lot, so I know it very well. And then length and time. It takes about 20 years. You know what I'll do? I'll show you the cool. I'll show you the stock market alone. What that'll do to money. But so yeah, okay. First, and then I'll show you Bitcoin. 20 years interest rate. I get about in the stock market. I get around my annual interest rate is between 25 and 30-ish%. So let's see. We'll put in 28, which is amazing, of course. And we're going to calculate it. Whatever comes out, comes out. So in 20 years, I'll make from not working. You have to remember this. This isn't money that I'm working for. I didn't work for any of this. All I did was become knowledgeable, become smart with what to do once you get money instead of just blowing it on fucking Dunkin' Donuts like I always do, and coffee, which I love and I always do. Instead of buying Dunkin' Donuts, I bought $1.8 million. That's basically what I did. And this is just from the stock market. You have to remember, this is just if things keep going the way they're going, and this stays the same, and this stays the same, and this stays relatively the same. This is just from the stock market, and this is a below guess. This is a low ball. Now, this isn't what I'm really getting. This is just a low ball guess. So in 20 years, year zero, without compound interest, I have $500. Now I have $4,000, 9,000. Blah 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 blah. It really takes off in the last few years, as you can tell. In the last 4 years, in the last 2 years, it takes off. So $200,000 in year 11, right? So that's 11 years, and you have to think while these 11 years are going on, I'm living life. I'm out there, and I'm doing what I love to do. Which is this. I'm not working for this. I'm not saving my way to retirement. This is while everyone else out there is saying, I got to get those extra hours. I gotta get Christmas money. I'm like, no, I get all that, but I'm also saying I'm also doing this. So that's why I think it's really cool. So this money that's working for me is now growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. So and then a year, what do we get? 18, I'm a millionaire. So when I'm in, I don't know, fucking 43, I'll be a millionaire. and then we keep going, and then it balloons from 1 million to more or less almost $2 million. And I didn't. You have to remember, I didn't work with this. I mean, I didn't work for this. This is just me being really fucking smart, and then investing my money, and then this is why I get pissed off, because I see a lot of people, and I I don't want to say pissed off anymore, but what used to piss me off was seeing all these people and then they're not taking action. But it is what it is. I guess one thing Jim Rohn said was that, why don't people make wealth a study in their life? And he said, well, that's one of those things we call a mystery of life. It's like everyone wants money. Well, not everyone. Now that I see, not everyone wants money like I do, but everyone does need money to some extent. But why don't people make wealth a study? And that's because it's a mystery of life. I guess not everyone needs it, not everyone knows it. So, yeah, I mean, here's an interesting thing. Now, you see this little blue line down here. This is without compound interest. This means without investing. Without actually investing, what happens at the end of 20 years? I get about, if I can get my thing on this, I get $70,000, which is terrible. I mean, I don't know what you're going to do at $70,000 after working for 20 years. I mean, you worked for 20 years and the only thing you got to stay for is $70,000. Maybe you'll start investing at that age. I don't know. It's a good idea to start. Maybe, this is why a lot of people are pissed off, because they worked for 20, 40, 60 years in something, and at the end of the day, they don't have anything to show for it. What I did was I worked for 3 years learning this stuff. So that way in 20 years, I'll have something to show for what I did. And it's not $70,000, it's $1.8 million. Now, how many millionaires do you know? You don't know any of them. You maybe know one or two of them. And are you a millionaire? No, you're not. So, money it's not the end all be all, but I mean, if you can show me someone who's really struggling in life, and then you show me someone who isn't struggling at all, which people like that exist, who do you think's going to be happier? Would you be happier struggling, or would you be happier not struggling? That's my question to you. So that's what I have to say about investing in the stock market. I think it's a fucking great way to make money. I mean, I'm not working for this. At the end of 20 years, I might be millionaire, and I didn't work for any of it.